How's it going, everyone? Thanks for tuning in today. It's been quite a while since I've done a video. I think it's been something like 6 or 7 months. Just got kind of burnt out on doing them, to be honest. So I think what I'm going to do is step back to some simpler ones, just showing off cards. So I got a COMC shipment in I wanted to go over. I actually set up on my first show last weekend. So we'll talk about that. And I got some cool pickups over there. And then I did want to give you all some updates on the hobby board, some things I've added recently, and just some update to the site in general. So we'll first go over the show pickups. So it was my first time setting up at a show. It was kind of fun. I set up in just a single showcase with my buddy Rob, so I didn't actually get like a whole table or anything. And I set up on Easter Sunday. So it was, not as, he said it wasn't as busy as the day before. Like that Saturday, they had just seen like tons of people. But kind of get my feet wet and stuff like that. So I brought a bunch of Nuggets cards, ended up selling some and making some trades. And so all these right here are pickups from trade deals from that day. It was pretty fun. This Calvin Booth, my buddy Rob just gave to me. So those of you who don't know, recently the Nuggets fired their head coach, Michael Malone, and then the general manager, Calvin Booth. So he's been selling these at shows because, sometimes when those names get into the news, those guys' cards they'll sell. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is like his rookie card from Penn State. Pretty cool little card there, a little auto. Back from, does it tell us the year? Oh, it's 1999. Yeah. Another one, this is from Rod. We made a trade deal for this one. Really excited about this. So this is 14-15 Prestige, and this is the 101 Gary Harris rookie card. Those of you who know me, I'm pretty big Gary Harris fan, especially his Nuggets cards. So that one was just really cool to grab. Thanks again, Rob. Really love that one. I collected a ton of Prestige back during this time period. Like I think even 13, 14 as well. I had gotten into these quite a bit. You could find these a lot at like Target and stuff. They were like big on distributing these through retail outlets. And next up, we got this Gallinari 101. So I made a trade deal with Red Rifle Sports Cards. You can check him out on Instagram. And I think he's probably on other platforms as well. But I was just looking around at tables that day and came across this one. And he actually asked if I was, Mind Cycle Cards, because I think Rob gave him a heads up I was going to be there. And he's like, he'll probably be looking at that one. So we ended up making a trade deal. I appreciate it again, man. And I've got some other ones of these, got a little bit better patch. This one's kind of disappointing, but that's how it goes sometimes. I wish patch swapping wasn't such a huge deal. No, I'm just kidding. But I do have some better patches on this one, but you can't pass up a 101. It's got the nice hollow foil and everything. Gallinari is my guy, always will be. So I was really happy to pick that one up. This is another one from Rob. This one is from Noir, I think 1617. Yeah. And just an auto, but what's cool about it is its jersey number, 8 out of 99. That one's pretty awesome. And another one from Rob. This is Chauncey Billups, auto out of Opulence. I'm pretty sure the only year they did Opulence, that was 17-18. But just a nice Chauncey auto. Really love that one. And then another one from Rob, so here that was a common theme. This is the Electric Court Gold out of, what was this, 95 Upper Deck? Let's see. Yeah, 95. So these came as, your base cards, and then you did have two parallels. So you had the Electric Court, which is more silver for that parallel, and then like the Upper Deck logo would be more silver. Or maybe it's like I don't know, maybe like platinum hollow foil or something like that. But these ones are gold, and these ones are a lot tougher to find. All right, let's jump into the COMC box. And this is like over a year's worth of stuff. And I wanted to keep it kind of exciting. I don't remember all the cards that were in here. So we'll be going through it kind of together. And some of these I'll probably remember as we go through them. But yeah, just a lot of stuff in here. All right, first up, oh, this is a cool one. Yeah, this is a Thomas Edison. So those of you who've been watching my Mail Hobby Talk, which I don't know, I may discontinue those. I was getting a little bit too obsessed with like editing and going after all the big stories, and it just kind of burnt me out. But anyway, if you've watched any of my Mail Hobby Talk, I do really enjoy vintage and non-sports. And so this is a Liebig card. I wonder if they, don't really tell you on here. Sometimes they have the slip. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so it's 1890s Liebig. Not an exact date on these, but they did come with the Liebig. It's like a meat extract. So if you look down here in the bottom, there's like a little jar of it. So it's some kind of meat extract that you could add to food or something like this. But this is like an early Edison card. Pretty neat one there. We'll go through this box because I know what a lot of this stuff is. So I do go after like team sets for the Nuggets, right? So these are going to be all part of my, to put into binders for my team sets, really, is what it comes down to. So here's a 21-22 Donruss Optic, Will Barton. I love the optic sets, chasing those. I believe this is the last one I need for the black refractor set for 06 or so. Actually, I might need the J.R. Smith. But anyway, that's Earl Boykins going in a binder. All these are pretty much going in binders. Let's see. We've got 2021 Optic Silver of Zikanaji. And these are cool. These are from 96. So this is from Masters of the Universe movie. And now these were kind of like chase cards out of this kind of obscure set. It was William Stout, Saurians and Sorcerers. So this was like insert card back in the day. For the movie, they kind of didn't really follow the show all that much. I can't remember what this character was, but it's like kind of like Atomic Refractor. Pretty cool card. I do have like a Masters of the Universe binder, just these random cards that I find every once in a while, you know, from back in the day. This is 2021 Optic. RJ Hampton, rookie there. We got Marcus Howard, 21-22 Silver, Prism Silver. Jokic, Prism Silver, same year. Gordon, Prism Silver. We got a Gary Harris. New Year's. Holo Gold. Oh, was it a gold? Oh, I guess it is. See, I forgot about a lot of the stuff that I bought, so it's going to be kind of cool just going through it. But yeah, this is the Chinese New Year. I think I was contemplating putting a team set of these. I just maybe picked it up because of the Harris and it was a low number, but that one's kind of cool. All right, so MVP promo. Shout out to Deadshot, aka Wax Museum Podcast, Kyle, for getting me into these MVP promos. Do going after sets of these. So what these were, they were like redemption contest cards. So if you look on the back of them, you could fill these out and send them in and get like a set of cards. Not many people really chased them back in the day because they didn't know what they were. They may have got thrown away. So there would be a total print run of 100 on each of these. And again, like we don't know kind of how many really exist still because people probably threw them away. So they're kind of cool to collect. Not numbered or anything, but the print one is 100 each. All right, we got 21-22 Porter Jr. Silver. All right, cool. So this one actually goes with another card. So I got the other half of this. This is from Noir 1819. So you could put these cards together and they make a bigger image. We'll take a look at that. These are out of 25. We'll find the other one. We'll put them together. All right, so we got a Bucks card of Gallinari. This was last year. So they had a couple where he was like, had the Bucks team logo, but he was still on, where is he at last? Pistons, I think it was. So I found this one, plus it's the green parallel out of 5. So I thought that was really cool. So I'm just trying to get some Gallinari cards. He's playing overseas right now, but I was trying to get some cards of his that were on the Bucks just to represent the team. He didn't play many games for him, but I just thought that one was cool. All right, next up we got Millsap. This, 2020-21 Optic. We got an Optic of Porter Jr. in that same year. Oh, sorry, that was 21-22. I guess you can tell the difference there in the design. Got another Prism, 21-22 of Murray. There's a Bones Highland rookie card out of 21-22. You can see there's a common theme here. This is like binder cards. I like picking them up off COMC because then you can buy them for like $1 or less, and then you can get them all on a single shipment. So it kind of beats going to eBay. So if you haven't used COMC, definitely check it out. 21-22 Compazzo, Porter Jr., 21-22. Here's a Roy Hibbert. So he had a brief stint on the Nuggets. I wanted to get like one card of his that was nice. So I found the Spectre Gold out of 10. That's pretty cool one. All right, more binder stuff. We'll just go through it quick. I mean, Optic Gordon, Optic Jokic, Optic Jamal Murray, another Optic of Porter Jr. All right, so this is a fun one. So this is a Gearhead's rookie card out of Lux. So 14-15 season, but it is jersey numbered. I just randomly saw that one a couple weeks ago and grabbed it. Has a little patch in there. I think these were like player worn material, so probably like rookie photo shoot or something like that. I'm not sure. All right, Prism of Monte Morris from 21-22. Yeah, here's the second card of that. So this is home and away jerseys. I believe, does it tell you which one is which? I don't believe it does. But anyway, I thought this was a cool idea from that year of Noir. This is like the out of 25 variation. They had like an out of 10 and a 1-1. I've seen like one of the out of 10s and I missed out on it. So I thought this was cool enough to go after the out of 25 variation, whatever it's called, Icon Edition maybe. So we've got a 0405 Chrome X-Fractor base of Kenyon Martin. I pick up these when I kind of run across them because these were sealed. Like these were, you get these in like box as a box topper. You bought I think a hobby box probably. So if I find them still sealed, not like uncirculated case, I go after these. So I have a decent amount. I don't have the full team set. I might be like 3 or 4 players off, but I'll just grab them when I see them. All right. We've got again 0405. Oh wait, this is the year after. So this is 0506. And this year they did the X-Fractors as blue. And these are actually lower numbered to 90. Well, we didn't go over the numbering on this one, but you might have seen it. It's out of 110. And these were out of 90, and they were blue X-Fractors. I actually really like these blue X-Fractors. I know there's a division of opinion of these. Some people hate them, but I actually really like them. So again, you know, when I see these like pop up and they're cheap enough, I'll try to pick them up. But this is the Nene. So if you look at this one, it's kind of like scratched up. So little trick. There's Maguire's, I think it's called, Scratch X. It's for like vehicles, so like to get paint scratches out of your paint job on your car. But you can use that Maguire's stuff for these cases. So a lot of them are beat up because people aren't like putting them in plastic sleeves or anything like that back in the day. So they would just get scratched up. So you can restore them like that. Because I know a lot of people like look at these and the case is all scratched up and then they want to take it out. But I don't know. I think they're cooler and more collectible if they're in the case. So if you end up grabbing some of those, leave yours in the case because there's very few left, really. These were Stolwerk from Chocolate Boxes. These are like a German company. It says 1898, but I don't know if it's exactly that year. That's just the year that I kind of picked for these. But these would come in chocolate boxes. And so I picked up a whole bunch of these. Just of like, I think most of these are composers. So you got Mozart, Beethoven, Bach. Oh, that's a Bach again. Mozart again. And Beethoven. See my mail and hobby talk. I go over a lot of these. I've been picking up for a couple of years now. kind of slowed down on it, to be honest, because vintage non-sports have been going the way of like the flip, the grade and flip. So a lot of people like grab up names like this now, they grade them, they try to flip them to 3, 4x. It just, I don't know, I prefer raw, so it's harder to find raw nowadays. I do pick them up when I can though. All right, so made a couple updates to the hobby boards. So we do have the version of PHP BB, that's like just the backend software that's running. I updated that. Comes along with a couple changes, like it hosting media stuff is going to be a little better, but to even compensate more for that, so like Twitter broke when they went to X. So I think this newer update fixed it, but also at the same time, this media embed plugin, which I've got on the site now, will actually help with all kinds of different media, you know, stuff from like YouTube to image sharing apps and what have you. It's going to be a little bit easier to post that stuff. Just copy and paste the link. It's usually just going to work. I did fix RSS feeds for the industry news section. If you're not familiar with that, is just basically it pulls from like Beckett, Cardboard Connection, Upper Deck. So those had broke like, I don't know, a while back. I fixed that. 2 new additions along with that I made this week were I added a card shows calendar. So if you're looking for card shows, you can come over to this calendar and you might be able to see one in your area. If you want to add anything to this, I've got a link to my email there. You can email me and I can add it to this calendar. Also going to be posting some of the bigger card shows like in this forum in case people want to find out about them or just chat about them. Like let's say you went to the card show and you wanted to see if anybody else was there that you had seen or something like that. You can chat within that section. Wax Museum Podcast, a favorite amongst myself and a lot of others over on the hobby boards. I pulled his RSS feed and it's pulled, I believe, all of the episodes now. So you can go back to the beginning of the show and listen to that very first one. But more or less, I wanted to help promote his show. I love listening to his show every week. He's Deadshot on the hobby boards or Wax Museum Podcast on Instagram. Check him out. But let's say, you know, you listen to the latest episode here and you wanted to comment on the show. Kyle does Freak of the Board. So leave a message and start a conversation, and yeah, check out his podcast as well. As always, definitely appreciate you checking out these videos. And I plan to have some more. And again, I'm going to be doing more just like looking at cards. You know what I mean? I literally just burnt myself out on trying to go after all the hobby gossip and hobby news stuff and just things that were bothering me. On Instagram, I've blocked Topps, Fanatics, like every manufacturer. I don't know. To be honest, this has burnt me out. I did like to cover that stuff, but I was gotten a little bit too invested in it. You'll see I probably haven't like posted on Instagram either in quite a while. I just kind of got back to collecting. That's where I'm at now. I'm trying to not get so caught up in that stuff. Will I? Yeah, probably, because that's just my personality to voice my opinion on some of that. But yeah, if you do enjoy these just regular collector content stuff, let me know. I do appreciate you watching this, and I will catch you on the next one.